Hey you guys, so today I'm going to show you how to put together this quilt. It's a strip quilt. I'm calling it Charlie's quilt because Charlie, who is my 7-year-old, for about a year now has stolen my husband's tie quilt that I made him a few years back for Father's Day. And so I thought that I would put together a new king-size quilt for just Charlie, but not using novelty fabrics. This time I am using Riley Blake's confetti cottons. I just want to show you how beautiful these are. It's their line of solids, and you do need 12 different fabrics in half-yard cuts in order to make this quilt. And you can see that it utilizes a whole bunch of different strips, okay? So here's just a sampling of what I chose. On the actual PDF, which is being sent out today to Fabric VIP members, which you can join for free. All it is my Fabric VIP email group, and I send out freebies every week and notifications when new video tutorials are up. So you can join that at my website at carinagardner.com. So if you want to get this PDF and want to make this quilt with me, that would be great. So this is a little different than most strip quilts in that we are using a 3.5 inch strip. We're doing 3 of those. And then we're also using on either side of the block, we're doing a 2-inch white strip, okay? So what it ends up looking like, let me show you guys, is this. So the cool thing about this quilt is that it sews up and it cuts up so quickly. Aren't those colors beautiful together, you guys? I love these confetti cottons. I'm a huge fan of Riley Blake's clean white. I buy it by the bolt because I love it so much and I use so much white. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut out, let's see, if you don't have the PDF, I want you to know the measurements. So you need 38 2-inch white pieces, and these are with the fabric pieces, you guys, and that should cover you for both sides. And then if you are doing like I am 12 fabrics, I chose 12 fabrics, you're going to need half-yard cuts of each of those fabrics. You're going to cut out 57, which is about 5 per fabric. So let's see if I don't think I do actually have one that's, oh yeah, I do. Here's a gray. So I measured this out to make sure it was going to work for you guys. Here we go. So this is 1 half-yard of fabric, and you should get 5 strips total, okay? So 5 strips total, and that should work out perfectly. You do be careful on your first cut, you know, when you're starting to square it up, only cut off a tiny, tiny little sliver, because if you cut off a tiny sliver, then you have plenty of room to make sure you get your entire 5. I made that mistake on the first one I was cutting, and I cut a little too much squaring off, and I couldn't get the full use out of the fabric. So it very tightly fits 5 slices, okay? And if you make a mistake, no big deal. You actually get an extra one of these, or you actually get an extra block, okay? So all you're gonna do is sew 3 of the fabrics together, whatever colors you choose, and then 2 whites on the end. Let me just make sure I've given you guys all the dimensions that you need, okay? So you need 2.5 yards or 2 1/8 yard of white fabric, and you need half-yard cuts of the 12 different colored fabrics. And by the way, you can't see it on here, but I tell you exactly which fabrics I use from Riley Blake's cotton confettis on the PDF, and they really are beautiful. I feel like, I mean, I just went through and I said, okay, I'm going to do a color scheme. I need a boy color scheme. I'm going to do lots and lots of blues. So I have like a dark blue, a steel blue, a light blue. I'm going to do 2 yellows. So one's a lighter and one's like more of a brighter yellow. And then I did 1 red, 1 orange, and a couple of like green kind of teals and a couple of grays. And I am like really excited to see how this turns out. So anyway, I hope it's really good. All right, so once you've put together your strip like this, you guys, you will get 3 blocks out of it, okay? So you're gonna lay it down and trim off, make sure you square off the end, and you're gonna cut a 12.5-inch block. Oh, and I did mean to show you guys the back. Press it all one way. Press everything one way once you're done with it, okay? So I would lay this down and I should be able to get 3 blocks out of it. Plus you will get a piece, let me show you, like this. So you'll get also like an end piece. This is about how much extra you have. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this, but I feel like I could build some kind of baby quilt out of all the extra pieces because this is a king size quilt. So it's like a lot of pieces. So feel free to keep these and try to do something fun with them because I think you could do something cool. Okay, so we're making 12.5-inch blocks. Once you cut 3, it should look like this. Look how fun those colors are. Aren't those darling? Okay, so then when you lay the whole thing out, and by the way, you're going to get 3 blocks that are the same colors, but then I'm going to mix up all of my colors after that. So there will never be a time where you will see red, green, and this blue, this red, this green, this blue together. Maybe you'll have red and a light blue and a yellow together, but then these are the only 3 that are this mix. That way you for sure are getting a good mix of colors, okay? So then when you go to lay this out, it's 56 squares that you're gonna need in total, okay? So 56 squares, and you are going to lay it out vertical, horizontal. Let's see if I can hold this up in such a way that you guys can see what's gonna happen, okay? So you're gonna lay it out in such a way that one's horizontal and then one next to it is vertical. The one below it should also be vertical, okay? And it'll be 50, so it'll be 7 squares across, 8 squares down. And that's it, you guys. There's not even a border on this particular quilt because it's so big. It ends up being 84 inches by 96 inches, you guys. It's huge. It's even bigger than a regular, it's a few inches bigger than a king quilt, which is why I actually had measured out this whole thing for a border, and then I decided I didn't want to use it. So I am going to finish this quilt. I'm gonna post on Insta stories for the next few days as I complete it so you guys can see the progress on it. I am gonna put Minky on the back of it, and I'm gonna send it to my friend Karen, and I will link her information in the IGTV stories because she's gonna machine quilt it for me. And I'm actually super excited to see what she does with it. We haven't talked about what we want to do. But the point of this quilt is that it's simple. It's meant to be a simple quilt, and that something you can put together really quickly. So if you're a beginner and you're nervous about quilting, this quilt is meant to be quick and easy. You can't really mess up stripes. And you sew just these long lines really, really quick, and then you're done. So I'm super excited to show you guys how this all ends up. Last but not least, if you have not signed up for Design Academy, Fabric Design Academy, that ends next Tuesday. So make sure and go over to carinagardner.com, click on courses, and go learn more about Fabric Design Academy. It's 3 weeks long. We're gonna have a good time. You're gonna design an entire fabric collection. And even if you have never used Illustrator before, this is so simple that you're going to be able to really be able to do some cool stuff with it and develop your talents. Anyway, I'm really excited to see you guys in class. So make sure and check that out at carinagardner.com, or you can go to carinagardnercourses.com and go straight there. All right, you guys. Make sure you check out the PDF, my Fabric VIPs. You can also join that. This will go out a little bit later today to make sure those of you who want to sign up today will get it as well. All right, guys. See you guys later.